I'm Paul Perkins with the check of your ag weather. Another round of thunderstorms could approach from the southwest tonight, possibly linger into mid-morning tomorrow. Otherwise, circulation around strong low pressure over the western U.S. keeps our south winds gusting into the 30s and 40s on into tomorrow. Our highs tomorrow are once again about 10 degrees warmer than normal and right around 90. Fire weather concerns continue to increase with the gusty winds, especially for the drier areas that are along and west of the line from Valentine to Maywood. Thunderstorms develop in the west along a cold front tomorrow afternoon before they reach the central areas tomorrow night. Storms could be severe late tomorrow for areas along and west of the line from Ainsworth to North Platte and Goodland, but mostly in the Panhandle in northern Colorado where there is a slight risk. Behind that front, our daytime highs stay in the 80s for Wednesday through Friday. Another round of thunderstorms is likely by late Friday through Saturday as low pressure moves across the plains, possibly those thunderstorm chances lingering into Sunday. Total rainfall between now and early next Monday morning is likely to range a half inch to an inch in many areas, an inch and a half to over 2 inches in much of the central and east. Our daytime highs this weekend dropping into the upper 60s to the mid 70s. In the long-term forecast that was released yesterday could be subject to change. Nebraska and Kansas temperatures this weekend through September 29th currently predicted to be warmer than normal. Once again, stay tuned for possible changes to that forecast, possibly to more seasonal or cooler than normal temperatures. Nebraska and Kansas rainfall likely to be above normal this weekend through early next week before we see a trend of near normal rainfall the middle of next week through September 29th. Key weather factors impacting the markets include continued rain in the southeast U.S., rain increasing in the plains, and central Brazil staying dry. Today, likely the last day of meaningful rainfall from the remnants of Hurricane Francine in the southeastern U.S. Much of the Corn Belt stays dry the next 5 days, although mid to late week rain may begin to overspread the upper Midwest. Across much of the Midwest, increasing dryness and drought has not been favorable for winter wheat just starting to be planted. More substantial rain falls across parts of the plains, with potentially heavy precipitation occurring around the midweek in Montana. For the central and southern plains, the more widespread rain may help with winter wheat establishment in any immature crops, but delay the start of harvest. Parts of the western U.S. also receive widespread precipitation, including high-elevation snow, with the highest totals expected from the northern Great Basin to the northern Rockies. Something to watch. Another potentially stronger storm may move through locations along the U.S.-Canadian border the middle of next week, with a more promising chance of colder air to move into the U.S. the rest of next week. After making landfall later today, low pressure along the Atlantic coast should rapidly weaken but remain a threat to produce flash flooding, especially as the remnant circulation intersects the Appalachians. Storm total rainfall could reach 4 to 8 inches or more in portions of the coastal Carolinas and 2 to 4 inches farther inland and to the north. Central Brazil continues to be extremely dry, some of the worst drought conditions to start off the spring season in decades. Producers in central Brazil need to wait for consistent rains, putting a crunch on second crop corn that starts to be planted in January and February. Southern Brazil, though, in much better shape for planting, with heavier rain that moves through Parana over the weekend and more chances this Wednesday and later this weekend. Argentina's start of corn planting is significantly delayed by limited rainfall. Significant rainfall moves through eastern Argentina on Thursday that already has better soil moisture. Western Argentina, that's still very dry, has another chance of rain this weekend and next week. Rainfall needs to be more widespread in western Argentina, or there will be further delays to corn planting and developing wheat will continue to suffer. With the check of your ag weather, I'm Paul Perkins.